There we go. Now we're back. Are we back, though? Yeah, I think we're back. Okay, so actually, you know what? I'm curious. So yeah, we just saved now. So actually what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a quick... Whoop. Yeah, I'm going to do a quick soft reset here just to see what our completion percentage is. Because I think we should be hinging on like 180-ish? 190? Nah, probably like 180 because we haven't done any of the reverse catacombs yet. Oh, hey, exactly 180. So yeah, that's and yeah, that's going to be basically just the reverse catacombs and Galamoth that we've got left. Oh yeah, I guess we got that little bit of yeah, stuff to do in the center here. Now the question is, do we actually want to go farming? Like, is that actually going to be useful to us? And if we do, which sub-weapon do we want for that? Actually, I think the holy water is actually the right call here. Oh, good grief! I completely forgot to get my squares down in the. Completely forgot my squares down here. But oh yeah, I was about to start talking about Castlevania Bloodlines. That's another one that I kind of played as a kid, but was kind of too shitty at video games to really appreciate it. That and Castlevania 4, and pretty much all of the old Castlevania games. Like, Castlevania games are known as being, like, you know, really hard. Like, all of them. Good grief. I'm actually going to silence my phone right here. I'm not expecting, at this point I'm not expecting anything important from work or anything. The time for that has kind of passed, so I think it'll be fine. And if I get fired or whatever, that just means we get more time for streaming. It'll be fine. And also they're way too busy to fire me right now, so but yeah, it's Castlevania. So I did play like the original Castlevania back in the day, and I think, or actually no, sorry, backtrack. The original Castlevania was actually the one that I didn't play back in the day. I played Castlevania 2. I actually played a fair bit of that, although I never actually finished it, because, you know, who actually, because that was like way back. That was in the days before, like, before game FAQs and all of that, and I didn't read magazines or walkthroughs or anything like that back then either, so. And because, you know, most games, if I'm not good enough to finish them, you know, you can just cheat through them, like I said, because those were the days of cheat codes and level select and all of that. So you can always get to the end through some dirty tactic or another. But Castlevania 2, not so much, because like the difficulty in that game was figuring out where the hell you're supposed to go and what the hell you're supposed to do, and interpreting the like strange and obtuse clues that the game gives you. So I was like able to like very slowly make progress through that game over the years, but I never actually made it super far. Like I think I might have gone through like maybe 1 or 2 of the mansions that you need to go through to beat the game, and that took me like years to get that far. So yeah, that's as much as I ever did on that. And then Castlevania 3 I played a couple times, and it was like way too difficult for me, so I just kind of bounced off that. Same deal with Bloodlines and Super Castlevania, although I actually did end up playing a decent bit of Bloodlines just because that was the one on Genesis, and Genesis was the cool system. Okay, I'm gonna kill one of these guys, and see if I get a level up out of it. Oops, wrong thing. So yeah, this guy right here is like kind of the most difficult standard enemy in the game. Or at least he's kind of intended to be that way. And he's the guy who gives you the most experience as well. So if you wanna do some level grinding, this would be the way to do it, is to just kill that guy over and over again, provided that you're good enough to be able to kill him efficiently, which I don't think I am at this point. We could just skip them and just like leave it be. We're going for map squares, really, not like insane levels. But I'm gonna do it anyways, just to see exactly how much experience I get. Fucking hell. Oh, hey, that actually worked. So this is the same as the purple armor guy back in the first castle. So he's got the same attacks, he's just got way more attack power. So if we can get him to do the stupid stabby attack like that, yeah, we can actually get some damage in. There, easy peasy. And I think the other one will actually kill us in 2 hits, because yep, there's another one back there. Okay, I think what we want to do is kind of bait. Don't even bother trying to hit him, just kind of bait out. I mean, don't bother trying to go to town on him, and just try to bait out that one attack. Okay, that was easy. I should probably go back and save, but I won't. And yeah, it looks like killing one of them isn't quite enough for a full level, so we're gonna move on. I think we don't have much to clear out over this way. So I think what we're going to do is just take a quick detour over here to meet up with the portion of the map that we've already covered. Oh, I totally thought I was going to get hit there. I thought I was just like, yep, that's a hit. I'm going to take damage and I'm going to be hit. Yeah, just like that. Just kind of like what happened there. It's kind of shitty. I actually don't want to die here. I'd been fine dying any other time, but I don't want to die here. So, we're gonna eat some shiitakes. Delicious. I think I'll have another. Whoa. The only reason I'm going for these ones is because I have a lot of them, and I'm kind of like a, I don't know, obsessive completionist, even when I'm not doing an obsessive completionist run. I don't know. I want at least one of every item in my inventory. God damn it. Oh yeah, and the Sword of Hador is oh, it looks like I do still have my Zweihander and my katana. That's good. But yeah, even when I'm not doing like an obsessive completionist run, I still want to have like one of every item in my inventory, just so I can, I don't know, just go in and look at them from time to time. Because yeah, if I would have used the sirloin, like sure, the sirloin would have filled up my health all in one go, and there would have been no risk involved. But then I wouldn't have a sirloin in my inventory anymore. I guess you can always farm additional sirloins for the from the Minotaurs, but whatever. I didn't think of that at the time. I was blinded by obsessive completionism. Oh fuck. Okay, we're gonna dash through this room this time. Yeah, that's all joined up now, so we're fine there. Actually, can we get through this all in one dash, or are we just going to land on the second guy? Oh no, we're good. Okay, so we're definitely going to want to save here. I'm actually curious to see how many percentage points just that little bit of map completion got us, but I will resist that urge. Oh yeah, I was kind of going through the history of Castlevania, or my history of Castlevania. So yeah, I was always aware of the Castlevania series. This is, yeah, just the same shit as on the other side. But I didn't really, like I said, Castlevania 2 was really the one that I played the most before this one. But I didn't love the game or anything. I was just kind of... It was one of the very, very few NES games that I had access to. My neighbors owned it, so I was able to kind of borrow it whenever I wanted to. So that was one of the few NES games I could actually I had regular access to. So that was the main reason why I played it so much. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Okay, I don't think it'll take much. Yeah, I don't think it'll take much to join this up, so I think we'll just go this way, join up with where we've been before, and then come back, and then go up. Yeah, I think I do like the holy water in this game. It is probably my favorite item. All the items are kind of worthless in the end, really, because your swords get so good by the end of the game. But I don't know, whatever. I still like the holy water. But yeah, and of course, in later years, I sort of went back and played all the Castlevania games, and I've played and beaten Castlevania 1 and 2 and 3 and all of that by now. But, yeah, Castlevania 2 is probably the one that I'd say I have the most nostalgia for, even though I wasn't even really that crazy about the game back in the day. I just played it a bunch. But this was the first Castlevania game. Symphony of the Night certainly was the first one that I was, like, absolutely crazy about. I played this obsessively back in the day. And, you know, deservedly so, I think. This is a fantastic game for all of the reasons I've been sort of going on about as we've been playing through. Although, with that said, the old classic-style Castlevania games do have their charms that have been kind of growing on me as I've been sort of delving into those ones more and more over the years. I'd still say that Rondo, I think the conventional critical consensus, I think, is probably that Rondo of Blood is the best out of the classic Castlevanias, and I think I would agree with that. Although, as to beyond that, I think maybe Castlevania, frankly, maybe the original Castlevania after that for me. Like, I know it gets a bad rap among some people, and there was a lot of kind of primitive, badly designed shit going on in the original Castlevania, but I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I really like about that game. The boss designs, I think, in particular, are fantastic. Just that the original Castlevania has some really, really fun boss fights. Death, in particular, is like one of the all-time greats. I think the fight against Death in the original Castlevania is just absolutely brilliant. Okay, this is an annoying room. Long black hair female. You mean the one with Shanoa? Whatever it was called? Okay, I remember the character's name. It was Shanoa. That was... yeah, the GBA one. Oh, what was it called now? Or it wasn't GBA either, it was DS. Order of Ecclesia. That was it. Yeah. Shanoa from Order of Ecclesia. Oh no, Rondo of Blood is with Richter Belmont. Oh, you know what? It looks like I actually missed a room over here. Or, Rondo of Blood, or I should say, Rondo of Blood has Richter and Maria, who are both characters that appear in this game as well. But yeah, Order of Ecclesia is the one with, it's the only Castlevania game, at least I can think of, with a long, black-haired female protagonist. Order of Ecclesia was not very good, in my opinion. I only played it the one time, but Rondo of Blood was on, like, one of those crazy, like, it's, the TurboGrafx, I think it was? TurboGrafx 16? Which is, like, a console that basically doesn't exist in my mind. Like, I've never actually seen, like, actual proof that there ever existed such a thing as a TurboGrafx 16. I'm familiar with some of the games on the system, and I've played a few of them on, like, in other forms that they've appeared. Like, I played Rondo of Blood for the first time on the Dracula X Chronicles on the PSP. So yeah, I know that game, I'm familiar with some of the games that supposedly exist for that so-called system, but I had never ever heard of it until, like, years and years later on the internet. Or was it PC Engine? I keep getting those confused. I think PC Engine was an older one. Or maybe there are two names for the same thing. I'd have to look it up. It's like that whole line of, like, all of the British computer consoles, too, are just, like, basically just don't exist in my mind. Like, ZX Spectrum, it's like, what? You're just, like, mashing letters and words together senselessly at this point. I think the ZX Spectrum is, like, an elaborate internet hoax. But yeah, for serious, though, all of these, like, really... Basically anything that wasn't like the mainline consoles, like Super Nintendo, Genesis, all of the mainline North American consoles, like basically just never existed as far as I'm concerned. I'd never heard of them growing up. I only ever heard of them years and years later on the internet, and I've never seen one in person. I've never even seen a game for them in person. So yeah, all of those types of systems are just like outside of my realm of expertise. Actually, I completely forgot that this passageway is here. This is actually going to end up linking me up, yeah, at that little crossroads earlier. So this is going to work out well. Actually, I'm going to try out that goddess shield. Is that any better than what we got? Yeah, it's weird. All of the shields are basically the same in this game. It's like they all have more or less the same strength. Oh yeah, that's right. We can, Oh yeah, I have to show off the shield rod abilities for some of these too. I didn't overlook any new or interesting weapons, did I? Actually, Zweihander I'll try out. I think it's just like a regular, yeah, two-handed sword. Swings a little bit slow. Its damage output is not really worth the slower swing speed. Is that even doing more damage than my Alucard sword? It isn't even. Yeah, Zweihander is bullshit. Katana is also bullshit, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, so this one actually does have a little special move too. It's kind of neat. So it's a boring sword. Swings a little bit faster than most two-handed swords, actually. Then you also got this thing. Basically hits twice when you do it. But yeah, we didn't want the Alucard sword. We wanted the shield rod, and we want to try that out with what other new? Okay, there's the Alucard shield. Okay, that is a thing. I don't know what that thing is, but yeah, that seems to have done something. Again, you're just... I don't even know that core graphics is a thing. I think you might have just made that up in your head. Just like somebody made up the TurboGrafx 16 in your head. But yeah, I know nothing about, like, specialized console hardware beyond, like, the big mainline Nintendo and Sega consoles from back in the day. The only reason I've even heard of, like, TurboGrafx 16 or anything like that is because there are some games for it from series that I've heard of. Actually, let's just try this. Let's see if this actually does something. Is this gonna damage him or something? Nope, that seems to do absolutely nothing. Okay. What about the Shaman Shield? I don't remember if we tried this. Okay, I just triggered a little reflex there on my index finger. What do we get out of that? We get intelligence. Beautiful. Okay, let's try out this goddess shield. Protection from dark. That's good. I was scared of the dark before, but now I'm protected from it, so no more. So yeah, that's all kind of crap. This shield rod is way less interesting than I remembered it being. But yeah, we're gonna put the Alucard shield back on. And the Alucard sword. Yep, and we're joined up, basically back where we were before. Alright, and there was a save point here. Beautiful. So yeah, I think all that's left is the reverse catacombs. And then hopefully we'll have our 200% after that, fingers crossed. Let's just inspect the map for a minute. Yeah, everything looks pretty well filled in. Alright, there was that one room that I missed. I don't know if I'm going to go back for it. We can actually come back around for it if we don't have our 200%. Oh, you know what? I missed something right by the entrance, too. Oh, wow, yeah, I like hella missed something out back by the entrance. Whatever. We're gonna see if we can get away without backtracking for that stuff. And yeah, I'm just gonna head straight for the straight for Galamoth right now. Anyway, so I was talking about Castlevania nostalgia. Can't remember why. Or I can't remember what I was going to next. Oh yeah, just how Symphony, I guess, was the one game that really jumped out at me. It's certainly much more accessible than the classic Castlevanias, which are a little bit more like slow-paced, the kind of methodical whipcrap king combat. Like you kind of have to be like a little bit more precise, whereas in this game you have like a much more fluid jump, much more responsive controls. Yeah, a lot more user-friendly this one is. And also it's got the RPG elements, where so if you're ever stuck on something, you can just basically farm your way out of any situation. Ooh, Dark Shield. I'm actually... Okay, as much as I said that the shield rod was bullshit, I'm actually curious about this one. Oh yeah, the Dark Shield actually has a special property. You can see it kind of crackling with energy there. The Dark Shield is actually also a weapon. Yeah, you can actually just like run into enemies with it and they'll take damage from it. It's got kind of a slow fire speed though. Like they won't take damage very quickly, even if the shield is just sitting right inside them. It'll just like tick up like basically once per second. Although the damage it deals, as you saw there, is actually not bad. Come on. Whoa! That's a bit freaky. That looked like some kind of like attack type thing. That was pretty cool. Damn it. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh, wow! That's actually really cool. I think we might keep this on. I can't believe I've never... Okay, I've probably tried that before, but just to see the animation, but I'm not sure that I've ever actually tried using that as an attack. I actually really like that. Big creepy face and the tons of damage. Oops, Okay, I forgot to bring my stream, like, stat thing down at the bottom, but we're all set up now. I guess we are right here. I could go back for it, but I'm not going to. Well, moving on. Actually, that was one other thing I needed to do, now that I think of it, is there was the switch that I need the demon to hit. I don't think I did that one in the reverse castle yet. Okay, I'm trying to think ahead of like what we're gonna do for Galamoth, and I don't really have a plan just yet. We're kind of just gonna wing it and hope that I can figure something out. I know there's like kind of a, not really a risky strategy, but like a strategy that doesn't really work all the time, but you can just keep trying it until it does. Where you can basically just kind of chain stun him with a bunch of consecutive hits. Alright, we need the demon card.
This switch hasn't been pressed yet.
Okay, now it has. I don't know why, that guy's voice still cracks me up. Actually, how's the sword card doing for levels? Okay. I think it's... we might not get to level him up in time. I think it's like level 70 where he And yeah, this shield rod isn't really working out either. There's all types of like one-shot weapons in this game that are basically completely useless. I think Power of Sire is basically like the game's kind of ultimate one-shot weapon. It's like a big just screen-clearing like bomb type thing. Shoots off a bunch of like flashes of holy light at everything. But yeah, like all of those items are basically worthless because they take too long to animate and you only get like one of each of them, and like just swinging your sword like 5 times is faster anyways. But if you get the duplicator, I might have to like do some, I don't know, maybe once we're done with this run, maybe we do some diamond duping to show off the duplicator as well, because it's just so cool. I feel like I can't not show off the duplicator on a Castlevania Symphony of the Night run. And actually, even apart from like the controls of Symphony of the Night, it just has like so much more aesthetic appeal, I think, than the previous Castlevania games. Or I guess Rondo of Blood actually did look super good as well. In fact, I think I mentioned that basically like half the sprites from this game are just ripped straight from Rondo of Blood. Oh, hey, we got another Power of Sire. Maybe I can just whip that out casually. Just to see what it does. And we can save that for once I've got the duplicator. Okay, here we go. Reverse Catacombs. Effectively the last level of the game. At least in the order that we've been playing it. I think I actually do want the axe here. Oh yeah, this is different music from the Reverse Colosseum too. Yeah, I guess I think I might have had it right the first time, where the Reverse Colosseum music is the same as the Catacombs music. Actually, frankly, even if we can't get Galamoth, then we can probably just go and do duplicator tricks so that we can get him, and then just do it that way. I think we'll be fine, though. Oh, then the question is, do I show off Richter mode? I think we'll do Richter mode as like kind of like a post, like a some of the time kind of post playthrough type thing. Sort of like, yeah, at the same time we're going through all the Chrono Trigger endings, we'll be going through probably a Richter playthrough. Or maybe I can save the Richter playthroughs for some other time. Yeah, because a Richter playthrough is kind of like a full playthrough that deserves its own stream. So yeah, maybe next time we play through this game, we'll do a Richter mode playthrough. Oh, these bats are just fucking me up. So many bats! Okay, clearly we can't stay here. Oh, they give you like all the terrible sub-weapons in this area too. Oh god, this frickin' guy. Yeah, you can't let him stick around for too long. He'll just flood the screen with ice and just like murder you. Or maybe not murder you. I don't think it does that much damage. Still, it is unavoidable if you don't keep him kind of chain stunned. Okay, I don't know if this might be too much TMI for you guys, but back in the day, I thought that the Salome Witch here was just like the height of sexiness. I still think she looks kind of cute, to be honest, but yeah. Her and Selfie, I don't know what it is. I think it's the hat. I think it's something about the hat that just does it for me. Actually, Riku in Final Fantasy X too. If you put her in the Black Mage job, she has one of those hats also, and I thought she looked super cool in that outfit too. I don't know, something about them giant wizard hats. I came in here for a reason. It was for Spike Breaker. Am I gonna go through and waste my time breaking all the spikes? You bet I am. It's just so satisfying, the noise that it makes, and the way they just kind of drop and bounce around, and the way that they never come back once you've done it once. It's just, you've got to. I don't know. I guess that's another one of those kind of like video game personality test type things. Are you the sort of person who has to go through and break every single spike in this hallway when you're playing Symphony of the Night? I might have to like actually make a proper quiz out of that sometimes, because I've brought up a few of those before. These sort of video game personality tests, like when you're playing this game, do you do X? It's like, do you close the door behind Knuckles when he pops out of the Switch Palace? Do you break all of the spikes in Symphony? Do you tell weird stories about how you had a crush on the Salome Witch as a kid, that kind of thing? And I guess I must not be the only one, because I've actually seen like fan art in recent years where apparently some people have like a real thing for the Castlevania Monster Girls. I've seen like a big fan art collage that I really liked. It was like all of like the sexy female monsters in the Castlevania bestiary. You get like most of them from Symphony of the Night. You get like the blue Venus weeds and the Salome Witch. Trying to think of what else there is. Whatever, I'm sure there's other ones. And yeah, just drawn as like cute anime girls. I think I have that picture saved on the hard drive somewhere. Okay, so yeah, at this point we've got to be like hinging close on that 200%. I feel like we've like almost got it all by now. There we go. I guess that could be another one for the personality test too, is do you bother to kill the cat form of the Salome Witch once you're done with her? Although that one kind of got away from me. I don't think there's any benefit to it either. Like, I think she's considered killed once she transforms into a cat, and you don't get any extra experience or item drops or anything if you kill the cat. Oh, this fucking guy. Oh, this fucking guy. Okay, I actually got him somehow. I didn't think that attack went off, but apparently it did. I actually completely forget what's in the rest of this area. Apparently it's skeletons. Apparently skeletons are all through the rest of this area. Okay, we just get some free life and hearts, because why not? Because Galamoth is coming, is why. Actually, okay. Just to show it off. Sure, let's see what happens if you leave this guy alone long enough. I always thought this was a woman too, but once you kill him, you can clearly hear that it's a man. Or not, that actually sounded... Oh, I thought this was totally unavoidable. And I guess it mostly is, but yeah, you can actually avoid those big ice blocks. But yeah, for that reason, yeah, kind of fills the screen, kind of difficult to get away from, so yeah, you definitely do want to kill those guys. Or frozen half, because it sounded like a girly voice when he did the spell there, but then it's kind of like a male voice when you kill him. I wonder if frozen half refers to, I don't know, something gender-ish there. Eh, who cares? They've got an annoying ice attack, and that means they need to die regardless. Trying to figure out what that picture is in the background now. I think it's just some weird crystal upside down. I don't know why, I just suddenly noticed that. Actually, this is, now that I think of it, this is one of the very few areas of the game that's actually has, like, different graphics going into the reverse version of it. Like, this was a fire cavern in the original version, with, like, lava pools below, and now it's all turned, like, green and crystal-y the second time around. I think it might be the only, I guess the chapel, the lighting in the chapel changes a little bit, I think. But, yeah, I think this is pretty much the only area with any significant changes to the way the level looks. Do I go out and check my percentage just yet? We're gonna kill Galamoth first. Then we'll check the percentage. Okay, do we want any special equipment for this? I feel like lightning mail is going to be useful. I feel like we do want the bonus attack strength. I think that's going to be good, and so the dragon helm, or we didn't just randomly get, I think it's a, no, yeah, topaz. We want, I forget what it is, but it's another circlet that heals HP by lightning damage. I think we're all good as far as, yeah, items go. Okay, here we go. Oops, okay, we're already fucking that up. Okay, so yeah, he's got a couple attacks, and they're both basically impossible to dodge. So yeah, there's this one here where if you just stay out of range, you're fine. But if he's in the center of the screen, so you'll, yeah, maybe see him walk forward. Okay, so this is one way to deal with him, is to just tank some damage and get in there between his legs. So that kind of works. And then you can always kind of cheese it by just going into mist form. It's got the big wave of lightning, you can just duck under it. Fuck! Fuck, fuck, fuck. Okay, we're fucking it up a little bit right here. It's not going great. So one of the ways to cheese him is actually to get onto this platform here. I think I'm actually about to fuck it up. Oh wow, that actually worked. I thought it was completely dead there. So yeah, you can see if he's in the center of the screen there, you just can't dodge that. It's way too fast. I guess the other thing would be to just, yeah, and even on this side, if he's right there in the center of the screen, you can't dodge that. And he's just gonna drain out all my mist power. Oh dear. Okay, this isn't going well. This is really not going well. I thought I might be able to just, like, finish him off the last few sword swings, although even then he would kill me at the same time I kill him. Oh, well. So yeah, the basic, so kind of the chomp strategy there, which is what I was going for, was to just, like, basically just swing your sword at him, and then go into mist form whenever he's about to attack you, because there's not really any, like I was kind of saying, there's not really any legitimate... Oh, 197. Jesus, we got actually a long ways to go to 200. Or I wonder if bosses do count extra towards completion. Maybe if we got like 2% from beating this boss, that would be ideal. But yeah, kind of. So yeah, there's not really any dodging most of Galamoth's attacks. Like, he's got the big lightning storm that you can't dodge. He's got the lightning balls that you can't really dodge. Like, yeah, that thing there, if you're in the wrong position, you're just getting hit no matter what. Son of a bitch. Okay, there is another way to kind of cheese it, though. Although the positioning is pretty specific. Yep, this is it. Okay, let's see if we can keep this up. If you hit him in the head, he'll stagger. The only real place that you can stand and deliver on his head, though, is to just stand here, though. So you just basically just sit here and mash away and hope that he isn't able to break out of this. And hopefully Sword Buddy will help us. But yeah, this is what I was talking about, kind of the risky strat, or the inconsistent strategy. Where sometimes he'll be able to break out of it, and then you're just kind of fucked. This guy has a lot of health, too. I think like 4,000 or something. Yep, but that'll do it. That's Galamoth. When it works, he's not that tough. And then there's the other strategy where you just equip the barrel. Yeah, I think it's the barrel circlet to just absorb all of his attacks. I can't believe that actually worked on the first try, too. It usually takes me like at least 4 or 5 tries to get that right. The positioning was just perfect there, though. Okay, so now the question is, where do we go to get the missing, what, it's at 2.5%, it looks like. So yeah, we got all that there. We're missing... See, a little bit we're missing on the left there, like right left of the center bit. We're missing a little square over by the outer wall in the lower left. And then probably some hidden passageways, like some false... Oh yeah, and then we're also missing some by the entrance. But before we go crazy, we're going to see just how much extra percentage I got for that Galamoth kill. $198, so we're missing 2%. Top right. I think we've visited like all of the major pathways, like all of the major hallways and pathways and stuff. It just might be. Oh yeah, you're right. I almost did the stupid thing with Akmodan, like with Akmodan again. Yeah, I totally missed the thing that the Galamoth fight actually leads to. Yeah, good call there, Saturn. We'd have been here for a while if not for that. And our reward for killing Galamoth is a little bit more life max, a little bit more heart max. And I don't even remember. I don't even remember what's at the end of all this. Alright, so we got the ruby circlet, and yeah, this is where you get the gas cloud. So yeah, and that's what I was talking about. The gas cloud is like, so now I've got yellow mist that'll damage enemies. So if you come here and get that before the Beelzebub fight, you can actually just like chump Beelzebub by just turning into poison and hovering around his face, and then he dies like 2 seconds later. It's kind of funny. Actually, let's see how we're doing on relics, because I think so we're at basically 100% items. Actually, okay, let's see just how much. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of this, just like edging towards that 200%. Okay, so we're gonna go and check and see just how much that extra bit back there. I feel like it's like 0.1% or something that you get for like each map square is like 0.1%. But I could be wrong about that. Yeah, that seems about right. It seems like we cleared about 6 screens worth of map squares there. Okay, so it looks like we'll have to find 14 more, which seems a bit tough. Oh well, anyways, I'm pretty sure there's like, yeah, literally nothing in this area here. So yeah, there's nothing to do here but just leave and go to the teleporter. I might have to go compare like my map to a Game FAQ's map or something, just because I know that some of the hidden walls and stuff in this game can be kind of bullshit. Or I guess they aren't like super bullshit, since if you have the fairy equipped, she'll just point out all of the walls to you. But I don't want to use the fairy because I like having my sword out, because I still have hopes of getting him leveled up enough. to show you some of the other things he can do. I guess the other thing to do would be to maybe just fight Dracula again, just to see if we don't actually need the full 200%. I guess that'd be another thing I could just look up on game FAQs, but I'm feeling kind of stubborn right now. Like, I kind of buckled in here tonight, expecting that we're going to sit here until we get to 200%. So I'm kind of committed to that, just in my mind, even if I don't need to. She does like a little, like, meow, like, cat noise when you hit her, too. It's just so cute. Actually, it's kind of hard to tell. Is that like her midriff exposed there in the center, or has she just got, like, a sash tied around her waist or something? Because if it's the midriff, then she's, like, basically got the exact same outfit as Selphie from Azure Dreams, only in black. Which I think is alright. Dragon Crown? Yeah, I've got Dragon Crown on my PS3. Really wish that one would come to PC. Because, yeah, I don't know, it's the kind of game that I think would work better in a kind of PC environment, just because, like, I've got all my, like, you know, like, podcasts and stuff to listen to in the background here, and Dragon's Crown is... frankly, a very boring and repetitive game sometimes. So I think it would be good to like have like something to listen to in the background when you're playing that. But yeah, that's kind of less convenient to set up when you're playing on the PS3. I really dig the art style though. I love like all of the what do they call them? Ah, shit, what's the company's name? Vanillaware. Yeah, all of the Vanillaware games, like, yeah, Odin Sphere, Dragon's Crown, Muramasa. Just gorgeous games. I absolutely love the art style of those games. But they're all fucking terrible in their own different ways. Like, I'll play them just to enjoy the graphics and the soak in the atmosphere and all of that. But the games themselves, or actually Muramasa was actually alright. Muramasa was like a legit good game. I would play that one again. But Dragon's Crown was really dull and repetitive. Odin Sphere was even worse. Like, like I say bad game. It's like a playable game. Like, I enjoyed Dragon's Crown enough to continue playing it, and I finished that on, like, all 3 difficulty settings, and did the full 100% playthrough. But, like, it was mostly because of the graphics, and, like, the atmosphere, and a little bit of the story, I guess. Not even really the story so much. Mainly just like the graphics and the atmosphere and stuff was really appealing. But it was not exactly a great game. And then Odin Sphere was like legitimately terrible. I think legit Odin Sphere was actually like a legit bad game that I wouldn't want to play again. Muramasa though was alright. I thought Muramasa was quite solid. Okay, so there's nothing here. Looks like we might have to go back to the first castle and fill in those squares. Because, yeah, there were like 5 or 6 that we missed in the first castle. Well, we'll go back to the entrance and... Because, yeah, I know the exact bit that I was missing here. I went to the save point and didn't drop down to the bit below. Other than that, though, I don't actually know how I'm going to swing this up to, Oh, yeah, Muramasa? Yeah, the story was... there's a couple stories where it's like you got 2 characters to choose from, and they'll sort of just, like, play through slightly different versions of the game with slightly different stories, although it's mostly the same stuff. In fact, pretty much all of the, and I guess that's part of the way that the Vanillaware games get to look so good as they do, is they just, like, recycle, put tons and tons of effort into the graphics and content that is in there, and then just, like, copy-paste like mad, because all of the Vanillaware games are just, like, like copy paste city. It's like between there's like what you play through the same game basically 5 different times in Odin Sphere. Play through potentially the same game 3 different times per character. Oh fuck me! Wow, that didn't work out. Okay, when was the last time I saved? I didn't realize I was so low on HP. I thought I was like basically full. But yeah, that didn't work out at all. But anyways, yeah, Muramasa, you have 2 characters to choose from. There's basically 2 different stories that you play through, so it's like the stories are a bit different, but the levels and bosses are all basically the exact same. And yeah, one of them was like this little, like I think she's supposed to be like a princess or something, and she gets possessed by... It's not exactly clear what he is. I don't know if he was supposed to be... He's an evil dude for sure. I thought he might have been... I think it was supposed to be like a demon or something, maybe? Or maybe just like a bad dude who's like a swordsman. Oh shit, all the way back here. Fuck my life. Okay, this will take a minute. Really should have taken a save point when I had the chance. I distinctly remember thinking like, oh, there's a save point just down there. I can just go grab that just in case. But I figured it's like, we beat Galamoth. We can handle anything at this point. Yeah, boobs, or if you're into boobs with a cool story, in particular if you like science fiction, or I guess this isn't a video game, but there's an anime. It's called Divergence Eve. It's like a really, really solid, like a science fiction, kind of like aliens-y sci-fi anime series, where it's got kind of elements of psychological horror in it as well. And it's like, it's not what you would think it is based on like the promo materials and like the intro song and animation and all of that. Yeah, Divergence Eve advertised itself as something really, really different than it actually was. Where it's like you get like, yeah, these like a whole bunch of like, you know, giant-titted anime women and all of the advertising material, but then you actually go to the series and, you know, the big-titted anime women, they're all characters in the show, but the show itself is actually like this like kind of like, yeah, like psychological horror sci-fi like alien type thing. It's a really, really cool series, Divergence Eve. I do recommend it. Although I frankly wouldn't I wouldn't blame anyone for rejecting it just based on the character designs alone. You know what? You know, as much as people talk shit, I don't think there's a whole lot of. I guess that's not true. Actually, if you're looking for boobs in video games, there's stuff like Senran Kagura and that kind of thing. Yeah, if you don't like sci-fi, then I'd give Divergence Eve a pass, because yeah, that one is like borderline like hard sci-fi, I would say. But yeah, as far as video games with good stories, because the thing is, yeah, a lot of the anime games tend to, the games with like the sort of sex appeal type female characters tend to be anime games these days, and anime games tend to not have very good stories at all, like ever. So yeah, it's kind of tough to find something yeah, in sort of that category. Senran Kagura, yeah, kind of looked, I don't know, I actually kind of like the giant, like massive brawlers where you're just like mowing down hundreds and hundreds of dudes. Like I like the Dynasty Warriors games, for example, but Dynasty Warriors kind of has like an appealing theme to go along with it as well. You're like a soldier on a battlefield, and there's like different objectives that you move from one to another, and there's kind of like a little bit of strategy as well, where it's like you got kind of competing priorities at any given time during the missions. So like Dynasty Warriors, it's like that kind of a shallow brawler with like just enough layered on top of it to keep it interesting, and I really like the sort of Three Kingdoms story that goes along with it as well. Senran Kagura, yeah, I think it looks a little bit too shallow for my tastes, perhaps. I hear the combat is really good. Like, it apparently has a much deeper combat system than Dynasty Warriors, and a lot of people really like it for that. But also, they're all like way more expensive than I'd be willing to pay too. Like, yeah, I think all the Senran Kagura games are still like $40 on Steam, which is more than I would pay for something like that. Like, yeah, if you want a shallow brawler with like anime, boobs in it, there was Hyperdimension Neptunia U, which I bought for like $5 in a holiday sale last year. It's a really shitty game. It's like, I was talking about, like, yeah, how Dynasty Warriors has kind of shallow combat. Yeah, Hyperdimension Neptunia U. It's like even shallower and even less of an appealing story and even like less appealing graphics. It was like super repetitive and shitty and just not a very good game at all. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough for the $5 that I spent on it. So I figure I feel like I got my money's worth. Okay, so that was like, what, 3 screens worth? So we've got like 11 to go now. I'm actually going to save right here, just in case I fuck it up again right here. I'm also interested in some of the Dynasty Warriors spin-off games. Or you know what? Castlevania Warriors. Make it frickin' happen. That would be a good... I think Castlevania would be a good... Although I guess you kind of got like a better kind of take on that with the, what is it? Harmony of Despair, I think it was. Or Harmony of Dissonance? I can't remember. Castlevania HD, which was like the big multiplayer one. Yeah, it's the big multiplayer one where you're sort of working through the different Castlevania maps as a team and pulling switches for each other and stuff. That was a really cool concept, actually. I don't think that one ever came to PC, but I wish it had. It was on Xbox for the longest time, and back in the day you needed a subscription to play games online on Xbox. So I played like single-player Castlevania HD, but single-player is really boring. That game is clearly meant, like from the ground up, to be like a 4-player experience. So I never played much of it, and I never had Xbox Live, so I couldn't play online. So yeah, Castlevania HD is one that just kind of totally passed me by. Missed opportunity, though. I can't believe they haven't brought that to PC by now. Oh no! Okay, we're gonna save right here as well. We'll just take every save point from now on. Okay, if Dissonance was the GBA one, then Despair must have been the Xbox and PS3 one. Because, yeah, there was Harmony of Dissonance and Harmony of... Did I seriously not get that fucking... Oh, that's right, because I died after I did it. Yeah, so there's still that tiny little screen. Despair, it might have been on PSP, but no, I think... or maybe I'm getting the name wrong. It was Harmony of something. Harmony of Despair, I think it was, which was like this big, like, multiplayer Castlevania game where you have, like, different stages and you work through as a team, pulling switches to open up doors for the other players, and then these big epic boss fights as well that were really cool. Yeah, they released it on Xbox 360 and way later on down the line on PS3. But yeah, I'd already moved on to PC gaming by the time that came out on PS. Oh wait, this is the... No, I want the... What do we want? We want the shrimp. I think we want the shrimp for that little square there. Okay, yeah, we got the shrimp. Oh, we're running way up on time. This is taking way longer than I thought it would. Actually going all the way to 200%. I was expecting we'd be done like an hour ago, and we're still going at it. Maybe we don't do all this in one night. Maybe we just leave it for another time. Clear off those 3 last few percentage points another time. Although we are really close. I think we got to go back to the first castle. Oh yeah, there's that stupid bit up there too. Oh, that's like the furthest away from absolutely everything, too. I think the fastest way there is goat, maybe? Because, yeah, I can see a square that I missed. Possibly even multiple squares, but yeah, a whole room that I missed out on. And it's, yeah, I think that might actually be like the one point that's farthest away from every single teleporter. Now, what are the odds that goat is the next one in the cycle? I think it would be like 1 in 4. Nope. I don't know, is it goat? Yeah, I think it's either goat or snake. We'll just do goat or snake, whichever one comes first. Looks like it's goat. And yeah, that's going to be down in the caves, or right before them. Okay, and then we'll have to go back to Castle 1 and clean up the few screens that we missed there. Oh, did I switch out my equipment? Oh, I still got the stupid spike breaker equipped. Jesus. That's, yeah, definitely been doing some damage to us. Taking a bit more damage than necessary all this time. Oh, he's got a little punch attack there. That's the first time I've seen that, I think. Yeah, maybe instead of moving on to Mega Man Legends after this, because I won't have much time, maybe I'll just do a Chrono Trigger ending. Not call it a day, because I'm gonna go for supper and then do some holiday shopping and then come back for Genesismas in the evening. Or who knows, maybe we'll just spend the whole next hour filling out those last few percentage points. I guess what we could also do is maybe just fight the last boss and see if we've got enough percentage to get the good ending. Because it might not have been the full 200. I feel like 198 might have been the threshold. Because, yeah, that's, like, way up there. Oh, yeah, and we gotta go, like, all the way down and through and around and up. Okay, I'm gonna check my completion percentage. Make a mental note of it. And, yeah, see if that'll be good enough. If it's 199, I think I'll go for it. I think 199 is probably good enough if you don't need the full... Oh, we're 1% away, or we're 0.1% away. And if we just get that one little room... Okay, I'm going to go for that one little room, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to... yeah, fight Dracula, and then hopefully that'll be the good ending. Okay, speedrun time. Oh dear. Oh, nope, speedruns are still good. We're still speedrunning it. Where are we even going? Speedrunners wouldn't have to check a map, I guess, but... Yeah, I think I know exactly where I'm going. God damn it! Speedrunner, I bet you speedrunners never mess up their stupid bat inputs. Oh! Oh! That was almost cool. I almost made... Yeah. Yeah! Speedrun strats. This would actually probably be a really fun game to speedrun. Kind of similar to Super Metroid, actually. It has very fun kind of movement tech. Like, I enjoy doing, like, little transformations to get a little bit of extra height boost. I like doing the high jump there. The double jump feels really fluid and awesome. Just basically the exact opposite, kind of the controls of the original arcadey Castlevania games. Oof. Yeah, I think we gotta go all the way up here. I don't know, it's just something really fun and satisfying I find about just doing those repeated like high jumps there. So apparently I went down here, but I didn't go all the way down for some frickin' reason. Okay. And if we get a tiny little ring, then that's probably going to be our 199% right there. Oh yeah, this little bit of music right here. I don't remember if I commented on it before. There's a piano arrangement of this. I think it was either on OC Remix or maybe on one of the official arrangement albums. But yeah, there's like a version of this song here for solo piano that I actually used to be able to play back in the day when I was into playing the piano, playing video game music on the piano in particular. If I still had a piano, I would maybe try and learn it again and play it for you guys, but I do not own a piano, and I haven't played in over a decade. Actually, I wonder if I could maybe find, like, on YouTube or something. Actually, yeah, so the music's going to cut out here. I believe the name of the track is the Lost Painting. I'm going to see if I can find that. Okay, so this is all people playing it. Do we have, like, just the... Yeah, I think it was on, like, an official soundtrack. I think this is it right here. I don't know, this sounds kind of MIDI-ish. Although maybe it's just not as cool as I remembered. This is, yeah, I think this is the version that I learned back in the day. Nah. Yeah, this sounds a little MIDI-ish. I don't think this is the one. Oh well. We've got it playing, so we might as well let it go. Basically just letting it play for one particular moment that I like. That bit right there, I just really, really like that. Yeah, that was a fun one to play way back then. Yeah, I don't think that doesn't sound like the sort of thing they'd put on an official soundtrack. I think that's like a MIDI arrangement or something. But yeah, I think that is the version that I learned back then. Yeah, let's just hit all the spikes. Let's hit them more than once even. Okay, so I don't know if not 199 is going to be good enough, but I feel if anything, if the threshold is less than 200%, I feel like 199 is going to be good enough, you know? Like, I feel like it's not going to be, like, 199 and a half. I think if we don't need 100, we'll be good. If we don't need 200, we'll be good with 199. Yeah, the CD audio was a big thing back in the day. Like some games, yeah, would like stream audio directly from the CD. Like Sega CD games did a lot of that. So in fact, there were some games like the Lunar series, for example, where it's like they had their first release on the Sega CD, and then later released another version on the PlayStation. A lot of the time, the Sega CD versions would be better. Would have better music, like better audio quality. Just because basically that they weren't using like the same type of audio compression. Like PS1 audio was always like compressed all to hell, so it was like these like little muted little MIDI soundtracks basically. Whereas Sega CD music tended to be what's known as Red Book audio, which is like streamed right from the disc, kind of like, and those types of games that had that type of audio, you could actually put the game disc into a CD player, and it would like play the music for you. Like some PS1 games did that too. Like I know Rayman, you could like play the soundtrack just by putting the game disc in your CD player. And I think there were, yeah, a lot of Sega CD games like that as well.
Father.
Well met, my son. It's been a long time.
So is this actually going to go faster than it did the first time, this boss fight here? I feel like we aren't actually that much stronger than we were the first time around. Or, you know what, I think we determined that the, I can't remember if we determined this or not, but whatever. For old time's sake, I'm going to go with the Basilard. I think it is actually faster. Oh yeah, because then I could just like move around too. I don't have to bother like jumping to get away from the stupid. Whoa! Shit. I don't know. Is that better? I feel like the. Think that the Alucard sword might have actually been doing better for us there. Oh hey, this is a new type of sword. I missed this one. Okay, so it's like one of the regular boring swords, except it has a poison element and it. Yeah, swings out a little reddish, and that is the Terminus Est. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. We'll just do it the cheap way. Oh yeah, you can't actually mist form to damage him. He's apparently immune to poison. Actually, I think that the Basilard actually would have been better. I don't know, it's tough to say, but yeah, this is about the same point that we killed him last time. You know what, I'm gonna let the whole ending dialogue play out here, since I think we're getting the good ending right away.
That I've been so defeated.
And if we aren't, then we're just wasting our time.
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
I forgot to comment on this scene last time.
Sarcasm.
Translation seems a bit off here. I don't see what's sarcastic about that.
Gains the world and loses his own soul. Matthew 16:26, I believe.
How does he know that? Can Dracula even like look at a Bible without bursting into flames or whatever? Isn't that how it's supposed to work?
What were Lisa's last words?
She said, "Do not hate humans. If you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm."
Just the idea of like Dracula like pulling out his Bible and like reading through Matthew chapter 16 just seems really weird to me.
Forgive me.
I guess you got to do something to pass the time between like the centuries between when the Castlevania gets resurrected. Is that actually the name of the castle, is Castlevania? I guess Castlevania isn't even a real thing in the series, since the game isn't actually called Castlevania in Japan. It's Akumajo Dracula. Oh yeah, I guess he could have it read out loud to him. That's actually a cute touch if you think about it. Maybe Lisa used to read Bible verses to him, and he, yeah, might have been into that. You know, buildings falling apart, because this was kind of the big thing. It was like, yeah, new CG like FMV cutscenes in video games. And that was like all the rage back in, especially early PS1 games. All had like they usually advertised themselves with like a big, like their big CG cutscenes, kind of trying to emulate what FF7 did. And a lot of games had like really terrible quality FMV. Like I remember Beyond the Beyond had like a really terrible looking.
Alucard.
Okay, so we won't actually know if we got the good ending until the very end here.
Sorry.
It's literally exactly the same, except for the very end.
I had my own reasons for destroying him.
But anyways, a weird number of games included as part of their CG cutscenes, buildings falling apart. That just seems to be a thing that animators really liked to put on screen back in the day.
To do nothing.
I understand.
I remember like Ark the Lad way back when I played that
The blood that
back in
flows
the
in my
day.
veins is cursed.
Ark the Lad
It would be
had
best for
had
this
like
world
CG
if I were to
cutscenes, and
disappear
basically
forever.
all of them were of like
I
towers and
see.
castles collapsing.
Farewell then. Will not meet.
So this is all exactly the same.
Alucard.
This is exactly the same.
Don't you want to go after him,
This is
Maria?
the same.
I'm sorry.
Yes! We got
I
it!
can't let him
We got the
disappear
good
from my
ending.
life.
It's all right. Go after him. Perhaps you can save his haunted soul.
Thank you, Richter. Fare thee well.
And yourself, dear lady.
Yeah, so we turned the autism and OCD up to 11 and scoured every single frickin' square of the castle, trying to fill in that map completion percentage. And apparently that in the end, that's what Maria is really into. That's what it takes to win over the girl. In the end, is just like full autism levels OCD. And yeah, now we get to hear I Am the Wind yet again. So that's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll probably just look up the ring duplication trick off stream sometime, and then just maybe show that off quickly to start up the next stream, which will probably be after the holidays, actually. I'm probably not going to get another day to stream until like January, probably. Actually, that's not true. Now that I think of it, yeah, we've got actually, I think I might get some days off the week after Christmas that I might be able to do some streaming. I don't know. I don't know what the schedule is specifically yet, though. So for now, maybe just assume that there's going to be no streams until, I don't know why I'm talking like I'm done for the day. I've got like an hour left to do stuff. I don't know, an hour. That might be enough to get started on Mega Man Legends. Kind of had my heart set on it. But yeah, the Symphony of the Night, yeah, it's sort of... Oh, that's a bit skipping there. I thought I fixed that. Yeah, Symphony of the Night, it's one that, like, every game in the series since then, or at least all the 2D games since this, have kind of tried to capture that lightning again, and tried to do what Symphony did. Like, they followed this formula, like, to the letter for every subsequent Castlevania game beyond this one. But I don't think they ever... And a lot of that is just being hampered by portable system, the constraints of being on a portable system. Because, yeah, the future entries were all on GBA and DS on the, like, little tiny screens. PS2 games? I could look up right now, actually. Make sure I got the title right. I played one of the PS2 games. I think it was Lament of Innocence. Castlevania, Lament of Innocence. Yeah, the cover looks familiar. Yeah, I think Lament of Innocence is the one that I played. Oh yeah, I can see, yeah, the whip flashes there. Oh yeah, the Medusa boss. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I played Lament of Innocence, but that was the... I think that might actually be, like, the newest, or that might be the only 3D Castlevania game that I ever played. Or what was the other one on PS2? Because there were two Castlevania games on PS2, weren't they? Castle... Okay, yeah, Curse of Darkness, like you were saying. What is Curse of Darkness? Oh, you know what? It might have been... Maybe Curse of Darkness was the one that I played. They look very similar. I still think it was Lament of Innocence, though. Actually, yeah, the health bars look a bit different, I can see. Oh yeah, I don't recognize this thing at all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Lament of Innocence was the one that I played. Yeah, well, like I said, I never actually finished Lament of Innocence. I stopped, like, about halfway through. It was only a rental, so I only had it for, like, a weekend. Or no, it would have been a week rental, but even then I wasn't able to get through it in that time. I've actually got a big list of games that I mean to go through that I kind of missed or didn't play all the way through back in the day that I'd like to try out and give another shot. But for now, just kind of starting up the stream, like starting up the whole streaming thing, I kind of want to do games that I'm familiar with, so I'll know I'll have something to talk about with them. Chief among them, actually, being Mega Man. Mega Man Legends is a really... I don't know what I'd call it. Like, was a really important game to me back in the day. I really, really loved Mega Man Legends. So I feel like I maybe want to give it better than like the last few hours of a odds and ends stream. On the other hand, it's what I kind of had on the agenda. So we're going to go to a break. Oh yeah, and I guess I actually don't need to change the emulator at all or anything. I do need to change the graphics though. Yeah, so I got my little MML graphic there to set. Although actually, sorry, I thought that the old sort of break intermission screen I had was a little bit boring. I wanted something a little bit more eye-catching, something that people might actually click on and check out when we're on breaks. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch out the stream title and all of that. And we're going to show off the new festive version of the break screen. So yeah, here we go. Enjoy this. We're going to put on some music. And yeah, I will be back in a minute with... Yeah, I think I'm going to say for sure we're going to do Mega Man Legends now. So back in a bit.